Hey guys, Rick with Rick's Adventures. If you're thinking about moving to Thailand or even spending a longer part of your life here, this is one of those videos you're going to want to watch till the end. I've been living between the US and Thailand for years now, and I've seen a pattern. People come over here with good intentions, sometimes even pretty good planning, and they still end up making the same mistakes over and over. Some of these mistakes are small and just annoying things, but some of them I've watched cost people thousands of dollars, a lot of stress, and in some cases they end up going back home because it didn't work out. So what I'm going to do in this video is walk you through the biggest mistakes I see and just give you a clearer picture of what you're really walking into. So stay tuned. Mistake number one is choosing the wrong location to stay. This is probably the biggest one I see happen over and over. People come here to visit a few days, maybe a week. They think they've got it figured out. They think I've got the perfect place. They sign a lease and they're committed. Then a few weeks later, reality sets in. It's too noisy, traffic all the time, karaoke playing all night, or maybe it's just not the lifestyle they thought it was going to be. I've seen people move into places that looked great on day one, and with a month, they're already trying to get out of the lease. Thailand is a very different animal depending on where you are. Bangkok is one world, Chiang Mai is another world, rural Thailand is something completely different again. You really have to match the location to your lifestyle, just not what looks good for the first few days. Mistake number two, believing the YouTube version of Thailand. You've seen the videos, live in Thailand for $800 a month, retire here cheap, all that good stuff. And look, some of that can be very true. But what those videos don't show you is the full picture. They don't show you the trade-offs based on that type of money that you invest, the compromises, the things you might not be comfortable with long term. I've met a lot of people who came here expecting this ultra cheap lifestyle and then realize they didn't actually want to live that way. So they start spending more money on better housing, better food, transportation, and suddenly it's not as cheap as they thought or they were told on YouTube. Thailand can absolutely be more affordable than the West, but it depends on how you live. And if your expectations are off when you arrive, you're going to feel it very quickly. Mistake number three, visa confusion and assumptions. Now, I'm not going to get into legal advice here because I'm not an attorney. That's a whole different ballgame. But what I can tell you is this. A lot of people come here thinking they'll just figure it out once they arrive. Big mistake. They've heard something from a friend or a YouTube video or a Facebook group, and they assume it applies to them. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've seen people get themselves into situations that are stressful and expensive just because they didn't fully understand what they needed before they got here. This is one of those areas where guessing is not a good strategy, guys. You really need to know what's going on before you walk through. Mistake number four, trusting the wrong people. This one catches a lot of people off guard. You come into a new country, you meet someone who seems helpful, maybe an agent, maybe they claim to be the local expert, maybe it's another expat, maybe someone just being friendly, and you assume that they know what they're talking about. Sometimes they might, but sometimes they don't. Or worse, they have their own interest in mind. I've seen people overpay for rentals, get bad advice, or go down just the wrong path that caused them trouble, just because they trusted the wrong person early on. You don't have to be paranoid, but you do have to do diligence and be careful about where you're getting your information from. Be sure you feel confident in your gut that it's a trustworthy situation, or take my advice and move on. Mistake number five, understanding the cultural differences. Thailand is a fantastic place and I love it and the people. I really enjoy it. But I'm telling you, it's not the United States if that's where you're from. Things don't work the same. Communication is completely different. expectations are different, the way problems are handled get different. If you come here expecting everything to work like it does back home, you're going to get extremely frustrated. You must have patience here. I've seen people get irritated over things that are just normal everyday life here, and it wears on them over time. The people who do well here are the ones who adjust. They adjust to the culture, they slow down, they don't try to fight it, they try to learn it instead. This is a big one, guys. Mistake number 6, not thinking through your health care. A lot of people, if they're older like me, don't really think about this until they need it. Thailand actually has very good health care, in many cases extremely good and cost effective, but you still need to understand how it works, what your options are, and how much things cost. I've talked to people who assumed everything would just be cheap and easy and then got surprised. This is one of those things that you need to at least have a basic plan for before something happens, because you pay up front here. It's not the same as in the West in the United States. So you need to either have your insurance, your traveler's insurance, or you need to have some type of cash on hand to where you can pay for your health care. And is it cheaper? Absolutely, yes it is. Is there the slack cut of making payments on things for the health care? Not in my experience, there's not. So think it through and find out what options you have available to you. Mistake number 7 is you come with no real plan. This is probably the one that ties all the above together. People come over here with a general idea. I'll figure it out when I get there. They think they're in the West. It sounds good until they get here and real life starts happening. They're looking at trying to understand the language. There's that barrier. There's the cultural difference. You know, lots of people come here and do extremely well that way, just kind of winging it. And, and that's fine. But for me, I found that I made so many mistakes coming here that I thought would be the same. I didn't understand the culture and how things worked here. So once you get here, it's better to be well planned and be proactive and well versed than trying to be reactive to everything that happens. So be sure and plan these things through, and then you'll be one of the happy expats that has good stories to tell instead of the guy that's being all the bad stories told about on YouTube that's had all of the problems. I've had a lot of conversations with people over the years, just walking through their situation, what they're trying to do, and helping them avoid some of these costly mistakes and issues before they happen. So if you're serious about making the move to Thailand, whether it be permanent or for a vacation, I do offer one-on-one calls where we can go through your specific situation and your plans and see what actually makes sense for you. No pressure at all, but if you want to help, the link is down below. And that's going to be it for this week, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. This is Rick with Rick's Adventures. Like and subscribe. Please be safe and take care.